Damn. When's the last time y'all just see me here just to talk? Talk just to talk, not care about the walk if you wanted to flaunt the rocks. Nah, but seriously, when you go through storms, let's talk about storms.
Here we go again.
Storms, they loud, they proud, they make you sad, they make you glad. Sometimes you home, sometimes you prone to danger though, and I need my phone. Can you be serious for 1 second? Now I've been through my fair share of storms. Especially these last couple months, you know, and I'll say that it's been pretty hard. Seeing the line of destruction that the storm causes and then being like, could I have prepared better for this? You know, it's always playing in your head if there was some way or some path that you could have taken so that you didn't end up experiencing that storm, you know? And another thing is that you often question why it's always you. You know, like, why did it have to happen this way? You know, why couldn't it have worked out the way that I wanted? You know? And that's what I was dead stuck with for a bit. You know, I was like, why? Like, what was the significance of me having to feel this pain? You know? And it obviously leads you into this super dark well, into the super dark hole that you kind of feel like you can never get out of it, you know? The thing, got you. But the thing is that, like, there's only two paths you can take when you experience that storm in your life, you know? And that's either to let the darkness and despair consume you, right? Or to take that path to actually let that storm reforge you. You know what I'm saying? To actually allow you to become just a little bit closer to the pinnacle of the person that you want to be, you know? Excuse the card. It's a freaking... I'm not even gonna explain it, bro. I'm not even gonna... Cause it's... Y'all find somewhere else to drive, bro. You see, this is why EVs need to take over. I'm kidding. I'm joking. It feels impossible to get out of the place you are, you know? It just feels like I should just give up, you know? Like, I just want to give up right now. Like, I don't even want to try no more, you know? Because I keep on trying, and then the only thing that is the result of that is more pain, is more storms. Is there a time that it ever gets better, you know? And what I say for y'all, whoever is going through that, is that you have to find something to depend on. You have to find something or somebody or something to lean on. In most cases for people, it's God, you know, and that was it for me. I feel like the storm that I went through was necessary for me to... Why are you staring at me like that? There's a freaking lizard. Can I show it? No. And he ducked back down. There's a lizard right there, and he picked his head up like this at me, as if he wanted to be a part of my freaking conversation. I could have included you in the podcast. You just had to ask. Yeah. My storm was necessary for me to actually reach, like, and find God for myself, because I've always proclaimed that I had a cool relationship. I always said stuff, but I wasn't really in it. I didn't really feel it. But the storm that I went through allowed me to find a dependency on God that I never had. And in my opinion, even if it's my own brain working for me, it actually did allow me to get out of that well in that hole. You know, it allowed me to find that happiness for just a little bit. You know, the times that I would overthink and that I would be like, why? It's just like, just sit back, you know, sit down and let the higher power move. But I recommend for some people to go ahead and find anime, because that's what I did as well, you know? It's multiple things that just kind of pertain to you that allows you to help, you know, personally to get out of it. So it could be, I don't know, for me it was anime, but what could it be? What would it be for y'all? I don't even know. But anime was there for me because it's different hearing your favorite character go through a difficult part in their life and their journey as well, being crying and sad and feeling weak and, you know, despairing. But regardless of that, working hard, like having that mentorish character to be like, get the freak up on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, you suck. That's necessary. That makes sense. Of course you're gonna suck, because we all did. The only reason why it feels like you suck all the time is because we're at this pinnacle that we suck so bad. Crazy lingo. We were terrible at such a bad, like, at a rate that we continued to get up and started to continue forging no matter what. You know what I'm saying? So hearing that person kind of scream it at you, like, face to face, like, yo, you're weak, but get up and do it regardless, and then seeing him, like, go smack a freaking demon or something, that changes. You know what I'm saying? That makes you fill your life into that, like, what am I saying? You start to feel like the main character in your story as well, is what I'm trying to say. So I can't really speak on much because, in my opinion, I've had experience with life, but I'm still kind of a kid. I'm 19 now, so I don't know everything, but from personal experience where storms are concerned, that's just it for me. And the thing is that you have to understand that storms are really there, like, honestly there to reforge. Like, if you just applied the pain that you had then and just see that it's only there to get rid of the weakness, get rid of the problems there, then you see that your life is going to become something so much greater simply for the fact that you went through the storm. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you learn to gather the strength to weather that, you literally become your will, you know? Your will would become insane, intangible, you know what I'm saying? Nobody would be able to touch you, you know? So that's what I kind of learned, where, like, going through that stuff yourself is concerned. I don't really got much more besides just find the strength, even when it's not there, to give it one more day. You know what I'm saying? Like, give it one more shot, day after day. Give it a chance, because sometimes you'll never know the potential that you have if you let that storm determine, like, how you're gonna live the rest of your life. Like, of course it hurts. Love hurts, connection, and then losing that hurts, but realizing that it's only holding you back would have hurt your potential insano style. Like, when you look back on your life and then you're just like, damn, I really allowed that to affect me up until the point where I'm 50. And then I'm looking back on it and it never should have. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about how the you 5 years in the future is gonna feel after you went through that problem all those years ago. And then now you get to explain it to somebody else and then help them with the same problems that you had, you know? So I say always take a net positive from the things that you experience, because life sucks. You know what I'm saying? And it's oftentimes harder than people understand. Like, you'll be going through something, and even though people say that they understand, let's be honest, they really don't. The only person that actually feels what you're feeling on the level that you do, like you specifically, is you. Nobody can understand that feeling, even if they had the same exact one. So I say, forge that experience you have into your own separate way. You're gonna feel differently about something, and so let that affect your life in a specific way that only you can understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, take that time in that moment to step back from life for a minute, to breathe, to understand, and see where you can, like, see what you gather from that time you need back. For me personally as well, I feel like my life was moving a little bit too quickly. I was too focused on every single thing. I was focused on this and that, and how many things, and how can I help this person, how can I help myself, how can I do the channel, how can I do work, how can I do school. So much so that I was bound to explode and literally self-destruct. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of those things were taken back from me. You know what I'm saying? And focusing on one thing and feeling like a failure every single freaking day I woke up allowed me to see that sometimes you really ought to just slow down for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though you want to be at a certain place in life, you have to, like, take time to literally enjoy the sunrise. Enjoy the friends and the time around you, because even though you want that goal so bad, like, if you think that if I work at it every single freaking day, I'm gonna get closer to it, and you probably will. You're gonna look back on that mess and you're gonna realize that, damn, I didn't go out with the boys. You know, there was an opportunity for me to talk to a girl, for me to meet my future wife, but instead of doing that, I decided to work instead, because work was more important to that. You know, reaching the pinnacle was all that I wanted. You know? Every single person has a spark in them. You know what I'm saying? I believe that. Like, at one point in life, every single person has something in them. But the storms of life affects that, like, the rain and the water of life rains down on your fire and your flame to the point where it's not even there anymore. And who knows what you could have been in life if you just continue to go through the storms that you had, to refine your edge and refine your steel to actually become something more. You know? Don't think about how you feel in the moment. You know what I'm saying? Don't feel about the despair that's going on. Think about how you're gonna feel after all this mess ends. And it always does. Everybody knows that. Your storm always ends. Every single time, the storm always brings forth a rainbow. But you just have to like look, and you have to experience it long enough, go through long enough, weather it long enough to see that rainbow happen. And there's gonna be multiple storms. Look at all the storms that happen in your lifetime. It's not gonna be one. It's not gonna be 6. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna have the same intensity. Some of them are gonna be even more intense. Some of them less. You know what I'm saying? But regardless of that, each storm that comes through, it kind of just washes you even more, refines you, and reveals more about you that you simply needed to work on. Things that you never realized before, and then you're looking back and it's just like, damn, I never even knew that I did that. I never even knew that I had that problem. You know what I'm saying? But now that it's here, now that it's presented itself to me, all I can do now is work on that thing that was holding me back, and just become the better person for it. You know, let your happiness and let your light shine throughout the world. Let people find happiness and comfort in being around you. That's the real goal. You know what I'm saying? There is no point in doing any of this, and even doing life, if you can't bring happiness and joy to the people around you. If you look at your favorite creators, let's use Corey Kenshin for example. The reason why he is who he is and where he's at is because he had a light that shines so bright that even through a screen, people found comfort in that. Why? Because even though he had his... Yeah, it cut the freak off. You guys... Okay, you guys are good. I think you guys are good. Am I certain or am I straight? Looking like a man because he is great. His light pretty much shined so powerfully that it affected you, it affected me, it affected dang near the world. You know what I'm saying? That's how you allow your light to affect other people in the way and the magnitude that he has. You know what I'm saying? But if I can wrap up this whole mama jumzas of freaking stanzas or whatever the freak I'm talking about, is that your life is a sum of the experiences that you have, the people that you meet, the songs that you listen to, every single factor of it. The time that you stubbed your toe, the time that you turned left instead of right, that's just it. You know what I'm saying? So take these experiences and allow that to refine your soul and refine your spirit. Fall back on the things that are going to lead you to positivity. That's either anime, that's either, I don't know, positive mantras in the morning, that's the Bible, that's God. But find that, take heart in it, and then rely on that to give you strength to get through whatever you're going through. Because it's going to end. It's going to finish. But the only difference from people like that who give up, who allow the storms to affect you negatively and then respond negatively to the people you love, than the people that actually show that love, and you're wondering how the hell did they turn out so, you know what I'm saying? It's because they took their storm and they slapped it on their chest, talking about that's what happened to me. But regardless of that, I'm gonna show the world love. Do that. Change the world and be the change that you want to freaking see in it. You know what I'm saying? Because people like me believe in you. So take my belief and slap it on your freaking brain. And remember that whenever you do fall into that another storm again, that it's gonna finish. It's gonna end. And at the end of that storm, you're going to love the person that you become. Okay? 7 saying sayonara. I'ma see y'all in the next.